Haven't done a video in a while, but I've been really busy. So I plan on finishing my Soundtrack Pro tutorial from start to finish, and Final Cut Pro tutorials from start to finish, and color and all that. Over the course of the summer, I'm going to try to get to all those. I really apologize it being so slow going, okay? But we'll not worry about that right now. Right now, I'm going to show you another trick that I learned from Patrick Sheffield, and if I pronounce his name wrong, then I severely apologize. And this one is going to be moving particles to the rhythm, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to assume you have Soundtrack Pro installed, okay? So what you want to do is open your Motion up, go to your Macintosh hard drive, or whatever your hard drive name is, okay? And we're going to access our Soundtrack Pro loops from within Motion here through our file browser. So we're going to go to the Library, Audio, Apple Loops, okay? So we're going to go to Library, Audio, Apple Loops, okay? Inside Apple Loops, there'll be just an Apple folder. We'll click that. Then we're going to look for an Apple Loops for Soundtrack Pro, which is right here, okay? Now we're going to look for the Power Effects Loops, which is right here. Then there'll be guitars and drums and all that good stuff. We're going to select strings. And after we select strings, we're going to select orchestral strings. And we're going to grab orchestral strings section 44. So let's see here. 15, 20, and we have 44 right here. That's it. So let's go ahead and import that. And as you can see, boom, that lays down our audio that we need to work with our project. And this is the audio we're going to use to make our little particle dance to the rhythm. And in order to make a particle, we're going to use some things from within our content library. So let's close that down. I'm sorry. Open up our project pane. Close it down a little bit here. Just want it open a little bit so I can see what's going on. Okay, so now that we got that done, let's go to our Library tab. Okay, let's go to Content, Particle Images. Okay, and under Particle Images, we're going to select Ink Expand 01. So blah, 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 blah. We'll scroll all the way down. It's in alphabetical order. Here's my Ink Expand 01. Okay, and I'm going to press Apply. And there it is. That'll throw my Ink Expand right in there. As you can see, there it is. It kind of looks like smoke. In fact, I think it looks more like smoke than it does ink. But, you know, that's just me. I'm going to park this back at the beginning. Okay? So now that we have that, let's go ahead and turn it into a particle by going up here and say Make Particles. And that'll turn that into a particle. As you can see how much bigger it is now. You could also have done that by pressing the E key. Okay? So now, let's go ahead and set a few of these attributes for our particles. We're going to set our birth rate, our life, our angle, and our spin. Okay? So let's go ahead and click on our inspector. As you can see, we have all these lives. We have life and birth rate. So let's go ahead and let's start with our birth rate. And let's change that to 60. How about 65? Or no, let's make it 63. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to adjust is our life. Let's select life and let's make it 0.65. Okay. Now let's go down to our angle randomness and make it 135 degrees. Okay. One more is the spin. I think that's what I said, right? Spin. Yeah. Let's go to spin and let's set that to 63. Now, none of these are magic numbers, okay? So, it's up to you. You can experiment with these. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click our additive blend right there. As you can see, when I do that, it kind of brightens it up, okay? And we're going to set our color mode to color over life. So, we'll say color over life. And we can select any one of these we want, okay? We'll say, I don't know, here's icy blue. Or we can pick, I don't know, what do you think? Let's try dawn. And there's dawn. Okay. Let's try desert sun. And you can just keep experimenting with these until you kind of find. I'm going to go with blue sky. How's that? That don't look too bad. Okay. So now let's go ahead and turn down our color disclosure triangle. And let's click right here on the far right to add an opacity patch or tag, and you can tell it's selected because it's barely highlighted in blue. And let's turn our opacity all the way down like that. Okay? So we got one more thing to do here, and that's our scale. So let's come down here to scale and make it 69. Like so. Okay? Now we just got a few more things to do. In our Properties tab, we're going to right click on Position. So let's go to our Properties tab, and we're going to right click on Position, and we're going to select Wriggle all the way down to the bottom. Now it'll automatically throw us into our wriggle settings. Let's set our amount to 0. Now let's take our apply mode and change it to add and subtract. Now we're going to go back to our Properties tab, okay, and we're going to right click on Position, and this time we're going to select Average. So we'll select Average, and we're going to set our window size under the average to, let's say, 4, like so. Now let's add a behavior. We'll go Add Behavior, Particles, Scale over Life. Now we're going to set our increment type to birth and death values. So select increment type, birth and death values. Now we're going to set our scale at birth and scale at death. Okay? So let's set scale at birth to 30%. And let's set scale at death 210%. And now we're just about done. Now we're going to right click on our wriggle parameter. So go down to wriggle, and we're going to right click on amount. So right click amount, and we're going to select audio. And this will bring up our audio settings, okay? So this is where our audio is going to come into play, okay? So let's go ahead and click over to our audio, and let's drag it into our source well. So we're going to say up here this little bitty switch here, swatch, just a tab. Take our audio and drag it right into that source well like that, and that'll set our audio. So now we just need to set our floor, our delay, and our scale. As you can see, they're right here. Floor. Here's our floor. Here's our delay, and here's our scale. So let's go ahead and let's set our floor first. We'll set our floor to 0.13. We'll come down. We're going to click delay. We're going to make it -4. And we're going to set our scale to 400. Like so. Now let's play this back. Okay, so now let me deselect everything, and you can kind of watch it go with the music. Our particle will leave a trail, and we've turned our little ink blot into a particle that will leave a trail, and it is going along with the music. So let's go ahead and do this. And there we go. We have our particle, or we made our particle, and after we made the particle, we have made it go along with our music. Okay, I know this was simple and probably stuff we've covered before, but I haven't done a video in a while. I wanted to do something really quick and fast and easy, and maybe you guys can get some use out of this. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in our next video.